Hey friends, and welcome to this new video. Here we are. There are only 3 days left until the release of Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. Today is February 15, and February 18 is getting closer and closer. After months of waiting, theories, hidden clues, and small updates scattered here and there, we've finally reached the decisive moment. And in the last few hours, some very interesting things have happened. Yesterday, Mob Entertainment published the official Valentine's Day artwork, and as we now know, every artwork they release is never random. Also, this artwork was made by Amber, the official artist of Mob Entertainment. However, the news doesn't finish here. In fact, just a few hours ago, there were also new updates to the Steam page of Poppy Playtime. And when this happens just days before release, it's never something to ignore. We'll go and see what has changed, what has been added or modified, and most importantly, what all of this could tell us about the content of Chapter 5. Then we got other officials news by CG5. CG5 has published new teaser images for the official song dedicated to Poppy Playtime. Chapter 5. The song will be released on February 20, so 2 days after the game. Once again, these images don't seem chosen at random. We'll analyze them together to understand if they anticipate some scenes, some characters, or maybe key moments of the story. In this video, we'll analyze all these pieces together. The Valentine's Day artwork published by Mob Entertainment, the updates to the Steam page, and the teasers from CG5. We'll look at every detail and do all the necessary analysis, trying to connect everything with the theories. Before we start though, I ask you one very quick thing. If you're waiting for Chapter 5 as much as I am, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We're just days away from a chapter that could change many things in the story of Poppy Playtime, so also activate the bell so you don't miss the next updates, especially on release day. Now get ready and let's start with the analysis. Let's start with the teaser images published by CG5. CG5 released 9 teaser images dedicated to the Chapter 5 song, and not only on his profile, but at the exact same time on the Mob Entertainment profile as well. This detail is important, because when 2 accounts post the same content at the same moment, it means there was direct collaboration behind it. This isn't just a fan song inspired by the game, it's something coordinated and planned together. Right now I'm showing you the last image, the one that in my opinion is the most unusual and also the most different compared to the others. In the first images we always see CG5 inside a prison cell. The pose changes, the camera angle changes, his expression shifts slightly, but the setting stays the same. In this last one the scene is more distant, we're no longer focused only on the cell. The framing is wider and at first glance it looks darker, harder to read. But if you increase the brightness and lower the saturation, details of the surrounding environment start to appear. You can better see the area around the prison, and you realize it's not an isolated space in the middle of nowhere, but part of something bigger. These images could show what the music video will look like as well. They look like actual frames taken from the video. That means in the song, we'll probably see CG5 inside this cell while he sings. Or maybe while he tries to break free. If the video is set inside a prison, it's not impossible that mascots could appear around him. Maybe suddenly, maybe in the shadows, maybe as figures watching him. And considering the title of the song, Wrong Side Out, the connection to the Wrong Side Outimals feels almost automatic. The name clearly echoes the Wrong Side Outimals family, so we could see some connections to this new family of characters. Maybe the prison isn't just physical, maybe it represents something bigger. Maybe it's directly connected to the Wrong Side Outimals and what we're going to discover in the new chapter. In any case, the fact that CG5 and Mob Entertainment posted these images together only 3 days before the game's release cannot be a coincidence. There is a message here. And now we're going to try to understand what it is. Now let's move on to the analysis of the Valentine's Day artwork. The image was created by Amber, the official artist of the Mob Entertainment team. And if you've been following Poppy Playtime for a while, you already know that when an artwork signed by her is released, it's never just a celebratory drawing, there's always something underneath it. This time there are secrets too, but unlike the previous artworks, the secrets aren't hidden in a tiny corner of the image or in some barely visible background detail. Here, the secret isn't in a specific part of the picture, it's in the overall meaning of the scene. If we look closely at the artwork, we can see Poppy holding a red oleander flower in her hand. In front of her stands the prototype, holding a white oleander. At first glance, this might seem like just an aesthetic choice, maybe something connected to Valentine's colors, but it's not that simple. We have to consider that the oleander is not a random flower. The red oleander that Poppy holds represents desire, a strong, intense desire. In this case, it could symbolize her wish to leave the factory. Her need to break free, to go beyond those walls, to finally close the chapter on everything that happened there. It's a flower that speaks of passion, but also determination. This isn't a light or superficial feeling. On the other side, the prototype is holding a white oleander. The white oleander is connected to innocence, but also to high danger. It's an ambiguous symbol. On one side, it suggests purity, on the other, something extremely toxic. If Poppy represents the desire for freedom, the prototype represents a danger that disguises itself as innocence. This is connected perfectly to the title of the artwork, Toxic Mimicry. A name that was not chosen randomly and that Amber herself confirmed. Toxic mimicry is a very specific concept. It refers to something that imitates, that copies, that gets close by appearing harmless, but is actually dangerous. This could mean that the prototype will do anything to reach Poppy, even pretend, even imitate, even adopt behaviors that are not truly his own. Remember, the prototype pretended to be Ollie to try to reach Poppy, and this fits perfectly with what we just saw. So this artwork, behind what looks like a romantic scene, actually hides a deep conflict. Two flowers, two colors, two opposite meanings. Freedom versus danger. Desire versus toxic mimicry. Now let's talk about the Steam page updates. If we go on SteamDB, we can see that the Chapter 1 Steam page has been updated once again. We're talking about invisible updates, so no new public images and no changes to the description that we can directly read. At first glance, it might seem like nothing has changed. But in reality, something is moving behind the scenes. Remember, Chapter 5 will be released as a DLC of Chapter 1, so the updates of Chapter 1 can be connected to Chapter 5. And if these updates were released in this period when Chapter 5 is behind the corner, then the connection is stronger. This kind of activity, right before release, is absolutely normal. It means they're adjusting the final details, uploading files, and preparing everything for the official launch. When the countdown is almost over, the technical work becomes more intense. There are only a few days left. Today is February 15, and February 18 is right around the corner. We are in the final phase of the wait. And for this exact reason, we shouldn't be surprised if another update appears on SteamDB in the next few hours. In fact, from today until Wednesday, February 18, every small change could be important. Even an update that seems minor could hide something. A file uploaded in advance, preparation for achievements, something related to preload or the global release. Right now, every detail matters. So stay ready, because from now until release, there will probably be a lot more to observe and analyze. And we will check everything. We are truly in the final days of waiting for Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. Very soon, we will finally discover what they have prepared for us. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss all the content coming in the next few days, especially on February 18 when the chapter releases. Bye bye and see you soon.